today I'm reviewing the BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis. And really quick, I just want to say I purchased all these products with my own money, so if you want to help keep the channel independent, please check out my products at the Amazon link below. So, I picked this palette up recently. I just saw it at Ulta, and I didn't swatch or anything, but the shades looked beautiful in the pan, so I decided to pick it up. And since today is Makeup Monday, I'm going to be reviewing this. And also do a little bit of a comparison with the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade palette. So anyway, I'm going to do some swatches for you because I really think this is an awesome palette, worth checking out. It's got a lot of different colors in it. So on the Sarah score scale, my first criteria is packaging, and they did a nice job. It's kind of the typical packaging, no frills, but easy enough, and I traveled with this to Vegas, and it still fit in one of my makeup pouches, which was nice because it is a little bit bigger. And actually, when I went to Las Vegas, this was the only eyeshadow palette I brought with me, which was a bold move because normally I bring 3 or 4. And for 4 days, this was enough for me and made me pretty happy. So the packaging is nice. My second criteria is alcohol, and obviously this doesn't have any alcohol. My third criteria is fragrance, and this does not have any fragrance either. My fourth criteria is the manufacturing location, and if you can find it on the back, it's kind of hidden actually, and it's only on the back card. It's kind of obscured on there, but it says, where is it? Made in PRC, and I'm not a big fan when companies do that. It's made in China. It's the People's Republic of China, so I'm not a huge fan of that just because there is a more likelihood of contaminants. If you remember the dog food scare that happened 5 or 6 years ago, where some of the dog food was contaminated with not good things, and a lot of dogs got sick and a lot of dogs died, so that's why I'm not a huge fan of that specifically. My fourth criteria is ease of use, and it's very easy to use. The colors are all very blendable, buildable. Some of them have a touch of fallout, but the mattes and the shimmers are very buttery, so very easy to use. My sixth criteria is antioxidants and pigmentation, and the pigmentation here is pretty amazing. So let me give you guys some swatches here. And actually, if you check out on my Amazon link, I'm selling these little things I've made. They're just swatches so you can clean your brush with them. So, but I love it because it's got the cute little unicorn sticker that I argued about with my husband of the design for a while. So, but I love unicorns. They're awesome. So, and then I'm also going to show you why this could be kind of similar to the Lemonade Cosmetics palette. The main reason is I just love that gold shade. Moonscape. It is amazing. It's good for the corner of your eye. It's good for your eyelids. Definitely is very pigmented. Pretty much one swipe color. So Sand is awesome. It's a nice light shade that you can use for your brow bone area to kind of highlight that. So that's nice. It's pretty much an all-in-one palette because it's got the light colors to use up here, transitional shades, metallics, and it's got some darker shades you can use for powder eyeliner, which is nice. This shade is Quartz, which is kind of a pinky shimmery shade, which is absolutely beautiful. And let's see, the next shade is Terrain, which is kind of almost glittery. So you can kind of see that one. Canyon is a matte, darker shade. The mattes have a touch of fallout, so just be aware about that. Not a ton of fallout, but a little bit. More so than a typical palette, but I'm willing to forgive them for that. This is Dune, which is good for kind of powder eyeliner as well. But where it really excels is some of the shimmery shades. This shade is Serenity. I don't know where they got this formula, but it is so creamy and buildable and blendable and pigmented. I just love it. This shade is Bliss, which is one of my favorites too, which is what I was expecting the Lemonade palette to have, but it didn't quite have for me. So let's see, Prickly Pear. This one is kind of an almost duochromatic shade. It's a good transitional shade, but... And then this shade is Cactus, which is kind of similar, but it's got a little bit more of a teal duochrome look. And I love duochrome shades. So I absolutely love that shade. Let's see, this one is Mirage. which is beautiful. Beautiful and bright and gives your eye a little bit of a pop there. And the Nightscape is also a very dark one that you could use for like a powder eyeliner. Absolutely love that. Turquoise is kind of a blue shade, which I love. It's beautiful. And then I'm going to do Hot Spring, which is almost a metallic blue color. It's almost a little bit glittery, but it doesn't apply like a glittery eyeshadow does. A lot of them you have to play with your fingers. That one you don't. You can just go on with a brush. See, this one is Mineral. But you can see how many different looks you can make. And for me, just to bring this alone to Vegas, I had a lot of confidence in this palette to do that. So that shade is Sandstone. Heat Haze is almost like a berry copper shade. And two more, Utopia. And you can, the bigger ones you can use on your face as your cheeks or highlighter or bronzer. I haven't used them that way. For me, they're probably just a little too pigmented for that. I like to go not super bright there. But and then the very last one is Hideaway. So you can see there, this is pretty awesome. And the price on it, the price is another selling point. I think it's $22, but it's been on and off sale at certain stores. So it's worth shopping around. But as you can see, it's pigmented. The mattes have a touch of fallout. The shimmers don't really have much fallout at all. So really lasts all day. I used it with and without a primer. And using it without a primer, I didn't notice a significant decrease in the wear time at all. But it applies very easily. Definitely very pigmented. BH Cosmetics is cruelty-free. Just because something's made in China, that doesn't mean it is not cruelty-free or it is cruelty-free. It only depends on if they sell it there. I've had a few people ask me about that. So just because something's made there, that doesn't mean it's not cruelty-free. It only depends if they sell there. So they can make it there and not sell in China and still be cruelty-free. That's what BH Cosmetics is. They kind of got the best of both worlds, making in China, but not selling in China, so they can be cruelty-free still, but still make them cheaper than if they made them in Italy or the US. So it's cruelty-free. Performance is amazing. Performs quite well. Price is, you can't get better than that. And then the it factor, it has everything you need and then some. So I definitely gave it the it factor. And then the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade palette I picked up the same day I picked up the Desert Oasis palette, actually. And the Dominique Cosmetics palette is $49, so it's almost double, close to double. And in my opinion, it just didn't perform. It has all the similar shades, but there's a lot of fallout with it. So I thought I'd just swatch this at the very bottom. But you can see like the yellow shade just doesn't have the brightness that the Desert Oasis yellow shade does. The mattes on the Dominique Cosmetics are probably a little bit better than the BH Cosmetics just because there's not as much fallout. But the shimmers, which you really want to perform well, don't perform as well on this one. So Pink Lemonade was the shade that got me to buy it, but just not as vivid or vibrant as the Desert Oasis. The mattes are a little bit better, so at least they've got that going for them. But I thought I would just swatch them. Hi, Lincoln! No, he's not going to come out. He's very camera shy. Peach is another shade. It just doesn't have the... It definitely, you need to build these up. They're just not as pigmented. You're definitely going to want to have to build them up a lot. Strawberry. But still, I don't know. Not bad, but just not what I was hoping for, I guess, is what I'll say. And then the last one, Blackberry Fizz, is, yeah, I don't know. The mattes on the Lemonade palette are okay, but the shimmers are all kind of patchy and not quite as pigmented. So I just wanted to swatch that in case you're comparing the two. I got asked by somebody, you know, if you're picking up the Lemonade palette, and I had, and then I thought, well, I should do a little comparison because it's got some of the similar shades in it, so worth checking out. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the Desert Oasis palette, which got a 9 out of 10, which is pretty good. So you can't beat that. So anyway, I'm interested if you guys have had a chance to try either of these palettes, or if you've tried palettes from these brands. What have you tried and how have you liked them? So leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I come with at least one new video every day. And this is my first Makeup Monday, and tomorrow is Total Request Tuesday, so if you have requests, also let me know. So, anyway, yeah, check out the Amazon link below and nobsbeauty.net. Thank you so much, guys.